Alchemist Astrologer, and this is your April forecast for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon. So you are represented by some rather odd cards, Capricorn. The Seven of Swords and the Magician. So you're going to be falling into two camps with this reading. One is about trying to avoid or escape something, finding an escape route. And the other, something is going to be called into question. Your integrity, your partner, you're going to be put on the spot, or you're going to be putting your partner on the spot. Now, for some of you, there's a focus on an important male figure. This could be your boyfriend, your husband, your father, your brother, your son, some important male figure that's in your life, or you connecting to somebody who has some important information, knowledge, skill, or expertise. And so for some of you, this is also about opportunities that are arriving and trying to manifest something. Now, the Magician card says that you have a lot of power right now. The opposite sex is very attracted to you. You're magnetic. And it's important for you to be aware of your power, your capability, the power of communication. This is about having what you need, envisioning something, and manifesting it. So you may be thinking about who you want to be, how you want to be, what kind of relationship you want, what kind of partner you want, and manifesting that. And so this is you putting forth the initiative to make something happen, because this is the card of self-reliance, of I am, I can, I do, I make. So you may be in the process of manifesting, making something happen, or connecting to somebody who can do that for you. So your abilities are important. You may be making magic in your relationship. This is a time where you're at a peak as far as your influence. You say the right thing, you know the right thing, you're in the right place at the right time. You create opportunity. And so for some of you, your communication skills with regard to something you want in a relationship is going to be important, or some kind of special ability that you have. For some of you, there's a focus on your resources, whatever that is, your talents, your skills, your knowledge, your money. With the Seven of Swords here, you may be avoiding something. For some of you, maybe you feel like men are a waste of time, or a particular man. You may be avoiding an opportunity or wasting your talents, and you're having to look at that. For some of you, though, this is going to manifest positively. You have the ability to strategize. Perhaps you're coming up with a financial strategy. But for some of you, there are issues again with regard to integrity. Perhaps the ability to lie, to bend the truth. The Magician can be an opportunist, a liar, a con man. And there could be issues surrounding some form of deceit. The Seven of Swords says there's a risk here. You need to be especially careful about where you are, who you're with, who you're giving over to, who you're connected to, because you may be at risk health-wise, you may be at risk as far as your resources, your reputation, your possessions. So there could be some outright theft, or you could be wasting your time devoting your attention and energy towards something in a relationship. So again, the ability to lie, the ability to escape. Positively, maybe you have, this is resources you need to relocate, or the ability to, come up with a strategy, or you're getting a whole lot done. But somebody could be stealing money or time or knowledge or information from you. So you need to be aware of the possibility of risk. Some of you, this may be a secret love affair that you're having, or your partner's having, or you're investigating. And maybe this is the ability to work behind the scenes through stealth, come up with a strategy, stay under the radar. So that could be important, either you or your partner. Somebody may be sneaking around, though. There could be a secret love affair, and it could be happening under your nose. Something could be going on that puts you at risk, and it's happening in broad daylight. The audacity of it, you know, your actions or your partner's actions. So somebody could be sneaking around. And it may have to do with getting some recognition. You know, it may be a time where there needs to be a focus on your talents, your inner beauty, rather than the external. And something is tied to memories. The good memories, the pleasant experiences that you shared with another person. Could have been somebody very attractive. So you may be making some transformation somehow. You're creating magic in your life in a positive way. Negatively, again, there's some area where somebody is at risk, something may disappear. You may feel as if something positive is going to disappear. Maybe things are going really well and that makes you nervous. You're not accustomed to that. So again, the Seven of Swords says you have to be careful. You have to be cautionary. This could be strategic or it could be deceitful. Now, your partner is represented by the Four of Coins and Seven of Wands. So the Four of Coins, it could also be the influence that the partner's having on you. The Four of Coins has a strong tie to Capricorn. There may be issues connected to opportunity, business, romantic. So for some of you, this is about cautiously exploring that opportunity. Perhaps it carries some kind of risk or there's a need for change. And maybe either you or your partner feels inhibited or conservative about that somehow. You know, you don't want to rock the boat. You want to keep things the same, keep the status quo. So somebody may be overly cautious or pessimistic. Somebody may be super protective. They want to protect their heart or their money or their assets. So somebody may be very closed off. They may not be, you know, saying what needs to be said, or they're very standoffish, ultra conservative. They could be kind of rigid. But there could also be issues of selfishness and greed. And when you look at these two cards, the Seven of Swords, somebody stealing something or trying to get away with something, and maybe your partner's like, this person has the coin, like this person's trying to get away from something, and this person's like, yep, I got what you want, I took it. So that could be an issue. Maybe somebody's stealing business or stealing property or stealing resources. There could be some, you know, stealing something from the bank or lying to the bank. So something is going on in your relationship where you're going to have to look closely at a situation. Again, you're going to have to cautiously explore any opportunities that present. There could be selfishness and greed because somebody's trying to gain an advantage here. This is standing up for yourself, standing your ground, acting in your conviction. And so you may be trying to overcome some battle or challenge and not rock the boat or keep things the same or protect yourself. Or maybe you're being overly cautious. You're on the defense. You're fighting and you don't even know what's out there, but you're just on guard. You're ready. But this says you need to be more flexible. This is a very fixed energy, and perhaps you need to bend a little bit. You need to adapt, or your partner does. This is about making some compromise. It could be that the source of conflict or unhappiness is an unyielding attitude that keeps you stuck. Now, by all means, if you need to protect yourself from some kind of risk or threat, you definitely need to be on guard. You could also be trying to use some kind of strategy. You're trying to bring the group to your side. You're trying to influence. So the ability to communicate is going to be very important. You may be trying to promote an idea or a concept or what you want to your partner. And so you're going to have to be diplomatic, tactful. You're going to have to make the other person feel as if you're on the same team, that you have the same interests, that you're not judging or criticize or threatening them in any way, so that you can bring them over to your side peacefully. because there's some kind of secret that may come out, and this may be the time for you to act. Good timing. Remember, opportunities that arrive because of your own initiative. Now, good timing may be important. You have to be careful that you're not impatient or you're letting frustration undermine the success that could be yours. But the universe is orchestrating events. You need to trust that everything is unfolding, aligning just as it should, that the universe is working to give you the maximum experience. Maybe somebody's working behind the scenes to gain some kind of advantage. Maybe that's happening behind your back. But at the center of this is communication or travel. Now, some of you, this could be a secret love affair. Somebody's trying to gain an advantage. Maybe somebody's withholding their affection, the communication. Somebody needs to come up with a strategy to get this thing moving. Or perhaps you're trying to gain an advantage to connect to somebody, stay under the radar, and have this emotional connection. But something is coming to a head. Somebody may be asserting themselves, and something is happening quickly. Due to circumstances in connection to this relationship, you may have to move. You may have to, and when I say move, I mean move on something, push it, launch it, set it in motion because of other external circumstances. You get some information that says, I got to get moving on this. I got to make this happen. So for some of you, travel or communication is the focus. But others of you may feel overwhelmed. Something happened that you weren't expecting and you're playing catch up. Now, again, this may have to do with travel. You have the Six of Wands. This could be getting some kind of recognition. Maybe you realize that you're falling in love. Maybe something suddenly happens where you're in the spotlight. There's a focus on you. You could be getting some recognition. Maybe you were trying to stay under the radar and all of a sudden everybody's noticing you. Different suitors are vying for your attention. You're in the spotlight, or you're connecting with somebody who's very attractive, or perhaps this is your partner. So you're recognizing also through your communication that you have to work with your partner. If you work together to create what you envision, magic can happen. You can move some things. You can manifest some things. So for some of you, this is about working together as a team and enjoying that. But for others of you, this is like not listening to advice. You're going off on your own. In some cases, the advantage may be to remove yourself from something that has nothing to do with you or something that's negative. You're making a decision. This is maybe a decision to get married, a decision connected to marriage, establishing yourself as a couple, a formal couple. Maybe you're making a decision about, going to a wedding or some type of commitment, obligation, or undertaking. But what is the problem area? It's this taking charge. Maybe somebody is avoiding that because there's some kind of confusion. Someone feels overwhelmed. Now again, there could be a lot of options. Maybe you have a lot of options. Maybe your partner does. Maybe there's a focus on luxury or being self-indulgent through drugs, through alcohol, or maybe just simply taking charge of your dreams. You don't know what you want. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you want in a relationship, what you want in a partner. So something is chaotic. You're confused. You're trying to sort through the fog, gain some clarity of thinking. Maybe this is taking charge of some erroneous perceptions that you have, or not taking action, just a lot of fantasy going on. For some of you, you're taking charge of perhaps some form of communication. Maybe this is on the internet, something that is temporary, Snapchat, or something creative that you're working on. You need to take charge. Some of you may be bombarded with ideas or psychic impressions that are overwhelming to you that you can't sort out. Your intuition is difficult to understand. So you're trying to take charge. Now maybe you're overwhelmed, you're confused. There's somebody who has a lot of options. This would be maybe a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. Maybe there's some confusion surrounding him. He may have some issues connected to drugs or alcohol, or maybe, issues of theft where somebody is Maybe that's connected to something luxury related. So this is a need to take charge. Now, perhaps there's somebody you're very attracted to, or your partner is very attracted to you. Somebody's going out of their way to get noticed, to get attention. And, it could be somebody that you just met or somebody that you've known for a while. Something is not clear about that. Maybe you're wasting your time. Maybe you're scattering your energy. You're trying too many different things. Or somebody needs to take charge. There's a secret love affair going on, or something under the radar. Somebody has double booked. Maybe they have 2 dates or 2 affairs going on at the same time. They're trying to see 2 people. So this is taking charge of a confusing situation. Now, for some of you, you're overwhelmed. Your energy just dissipates. It could be that, you're spending all this time spinning your wheels trying to make something happen until you eventually burn out. The attraction burns out. The relationship burns out. Either maybe you're under the weather. Maybe this person is. But there's some kind of revelation. Something is revealed about a solution. Or you're trying to take charge of the confusion to get to that solution. Maybe it's imminent. Maybe it's on the horizon. Some dilemma that you were facing, an answer is going to show up. Maybe it's because of some strategy, or somebody gives you some special information, or they can help you with their expertise, or you take the initiative in an opportunity. Now, what is the underlying energy? What's driving this? Well, this 9 of coins. Somebody perhaps wants more independence, maybe tied to resources, real estate, business opportunities, and those could be on the horizon. Maybe you're going to purchase a property. Maybe you're going to inherit one. Maybe there's some social or business opportunities that are coming up. This is having enough time, money, and the inclination to do whatever you like. That may be a goal. For some of you, the goal is to be single, or that's the reason that you're trying to manifest something, that you are single. Now, somebody may be enjoying their own company. They're satisfied in their own world. But it could also be that somebody's too self-contained. Maybe either you or a lover is inaccessible for whatever reason, unavailable, or maybe somebody feels it's out of their league. Because this could be somebody where there's a secret admirer. Somebody admires the qualities that a person has, their attractiveness, their intelligence, their culture. So that could be you or somebody admiring you. And they may be reluctant to show that, again, because either they feel you're out of their league, or maybe they're already attached, or this is somebody inaccessible that you would never have a chance to get to anyway. But for others of you, this is about self-sufficiency and independence. You may be trying to gain an advantage somehow, maybe through your partner, monetarily or with property. And so investments may be important somehow. This is also the card of a wife or a mistress being taken care of. And so somebody may be looking to be taken care of. They may be dependent in some way, or there could be issues of dependency. Now, negatively, this means that you're having to be careful. Somebody's under the spotlight for their integrity. Issues of deceit or theft, lying. And there could be some accusations, some gossip, some rumors that needs to be addressed. Somebody could be saying some things about you, or you could be doing that to someone else. And there is a tendency to want to stand up for yourself, to strike back, and yet that may not serve you. What this is saying is for you to perhaps use greater wisdom about how you seek amusement or entertainment, how you're spending your money, who you're connecting to, who you're getting involved with. Is it worth it, or is it costing you more than it's worth? Are you investing in situations or people because you've had some emotional disappointment? and loss, and you're simply seeking a distraction. So for some of you, there's the wisdom of canceling some kind of engagement. Maybe somebody's left at the altar, maybe somebody's canceling the wedding, they're taking their ring back, breaking an engagement, breaking a promise. So you're looking at the wisdom of that. It may be a smart thing to break off some kind of connection, especially if it's in something, an opportunity that you don't feel is right for you. Or you may be looking at where you've been deceived, where you had invested emotionally into somebody and they simply weren't worth it. Now the outcome is this Moon card. So we got a lot of cards here that speak of deception or lack of clarity, things in flux. So something about your circumstance is not on solid footing. And you may feel emotionally up and down about that, like you're on a roller coaster ride. Could be you're out of sync with your partner emotionally. Maybe somebody is experiencing moodiness, depression, emotional issues, mental health issues. Maybe there's some dependency issues. It may center around security in some way, emotional security, financial security, and that's all tied together and complicated, and it may be wearing on you, your health, your mental well-being, your state of affairs. Opportunities and challenge are subject to arrive and come with the tide. So something is not stable about your situation. It could be, you need to gain some clarity. You're not seeing things. You are dealing with issues where past conditioning may be at play, where people may be trying to deceive you, pull the wool over your eyes, or where you have been deceiving yourself because you failed to acknowledge the truth. Others of you, maybe this ties to relocating, to travel somehow. But you're definitely traveling through your own psyche and through your emotions. It's possible that you're going to hear something that is unpleasant, that makes you feel emotional, that is tied to a loved one or someone that you care about, a bit of bad news. And it may tie to your parents or history or property. There's an emotional desire to be nurtured and to be supported. And you could be looking at the history of that, whether that has happened. You may be very emotional about creating something of permanence. Maybe you want to get married, start a family, have a home. So you are investing in the future and you want something that's going to, pay back for time on end. So for some of you, though, there are emotional issues to deal with because of conflict, problems in the home, problems with property, problems in the marriage that tie to the past and your memories. For others of you, this is about a history of a romance or the past, maybe getting recognition, somebody in the spotlight. It's likely that some secretive element of your relationship, something that may be clandestine, hidden, behind the scenes, is going to come out now. Whatever's been hidden is likely to be revealed, whether you were keeping it under wraps or your partner was. And again, it may tie to the past, your history, your ancestry, your heritage, something. And again, that secret admirer, somebody who is reluctant to come forward, or it could be that somebody holds the key to your heart and they don't even know that. Or it could also be that somebody is interested in you that you had never even considered. This is going to be a surprise to you. The advice, though, is I have come full circle. I realize that I complete me. So you may be trying to avoid something. You may be trying to escape a situation. And you may realize the wisdom of breaking something off. That you are good just on your own. And that you are starting to take charge to see something clearly. Some solution shows up. But the most important thing is you recognize that you're enough just by yourself. And you may have gone through an entire cycle of experience just to figure out that yes, being part of a relationship may be great and you may want to do that, but you're capable of being independent, standing on your own. You have your own interests, your own desires, and you're capable of manifesting for yourself. Now, you have two major cards, the Magician and the Moon. So maybe the ability to hide, the ability to lie or deceive, emotional manifestation, changes in your resources, changes that connect to your abilities, ties to men, support, nurturance, and issues of cooperation, getting together with others, perhaps through some kind of group dynamic, whether that's in a court setting, counseling, therapy, where you're working through emotional or psychological issues, having discussions, looking at where things are working, the strengths of those relationships, and the flaws that are in your connections as well. What needs to be changed? What needs to be shored up? And it may tie, perhaps in some cases, especially if travel or marriage or social functions are involved, that could be an issue. Getting together with others in some kind of social setting. Or maybe this is about property or moving in together. Creating some win-win situations where both of you are pleased with whatever is happening. It could be that somebody is stepping away from something because no matter what kind of effort they put in, somebody's on the defensive. They're never able to please the partner. And you have a number of sevens here in this reading. So you're going to be experiencing some frustration in different areas of your life. Perhaps there's a conflict of interest. And something about the past is currently weighing in on the present. Now, this is going to be a month of ambitious developments. Maybe, your belief, your understanding, your perspective is either going to be challenged or it's going to be rewarded. Maybe staying firm to your conviction and standing up for yourself is going to meet some kind of reward. You're going to get some recognition, some well-deserved recognition for that. Whatever you want, you're probably going to get it. You've got the Magician here, but how you get it and what you get is going to alter your perspective in some way. There's a desire for success, for recognition, and this is a month where how you go about trying to get that is either going to manifest it or it's going to cost you somehow.